this week, okay? The coaching staff has gone in, we've simplified the game plan. Let's go out here and execute. Hey, we gotta execute to win.
Ready! We're waiting! We're waiting, what's that? Ready! We're waiting! What's that? Ready! We're waiting! We're waiting, what's that? Ready! We're waiting! What's that? Here we go. Ready! Yellow waiting, yellow waiting! We're waiting, what's that? Ready! We're waiting! Where's that? Ready! Yellow waiting! Waiting, what's that? Ready! We're 90! We're waiting, what's that? Ready! We're waiting! What's that?
You know what, man? That was pretty darn good. And you know what really gets me excited? The fact that I know we can get better. You guys have so much room to improve still. That is exciting. Let's go out here and next practice, let's improve.
Ready! We're waiting! Where's that? Here we go! We're waiting! Where's that? Ready! Yellow waiting, yellow waiting! Where's that? Here we go. Ready. We're waiting. Where's that? Where's that? Here we go. Here we go. We're waiting. Where's that? Where's that? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready. We're waiting. Where's that? Get set! Ready! We're waiting! We're set! Ready! We're set! Here we go, here we go, here we go! Here we go, here we go! We're 90! We're set! Here we go, here we go, here we go! Ready! We're waiting! We're set! Ready! We're set! Come on, get set, get set! Ready! We're waiting! Where's that? Ready! Yellow waiting! Where's that? Where's that? Here we go, here we go, here we go! Here we go, here we go! We're waiting! Where's that? Here we go, here we go, here we go! Here we go, here we go. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Where's that? Come on, get set, get set. Ready. We're waiting. Where's that? Where's that? Here we go, here we go. We're waiting. Where's that? Ready, where's that? Get set, get set, get set. Here we go. Ready. Yellow waiting. Where's that? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ready. We're waiting. Where's that? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ready. Yellow waiting.
So yeah, today I bought Madden, so I go play it a little bit and get my franchise. Coaching actually, it's not a franchise. So yeah, we can play Madden for a little bit. I don't need to play the full hour season. I actually bought it. To prove it, I know people are gonna tell people, but to prove Madden 19. And we're going to play it for a little bit. So, I'm going to actually put a timer on. Get a timer. Get to see how long we should, like, do this video. We'll go play the next game, preseason. I'm trying to get all the preseason games out of the way. So we can actually start with the full season. So next game, the Chargers. So I'll go kick their butt. Beginning of bumping over it, but yeah, we can't really hear that. Hear laughing, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Come on, Drew Brees, but do this. This might be last year for you, and I don't want you to be good. So we might need a new quarterback this year. I don't know if we need to cut anyone. If we do, then I will do a lower overall team, but not him. He's pretty good at winning. Cut some lower players. We'll see. We don't need
Camara, drive in. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints
so it does
as they get set to match up against the LA Chargers.
So it does say because
With that, let's get out to Southern California with the call from Los Angeles. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown LA. The scene a moment
you know
ago,
what?
like
I don't really care about
for a
my
lot
friend.
of years, the
But
crowd
I'm
here
gonna
in
make
Carson
him
might be half
first.
the size of a normal
Really
NFL stadium, but they are twice
might be
as
a Pro Bowl
loud
later.
as their Chargers get set
So I will
to
do
face
him
off with Drew Brees and the New Orleans
So let's
Saints.
play.
Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here.
Easy.
They come in right at 500, looking to get that win to bump them back above 500.
This game means a lot to them because of what you just talked about. When you can bump yourself over 500, it's a lot of optimism in your building as you move forward in the season.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. We focus in on Phillip Rivers, 15th year in the league, his 13th year as a starter, and the all-time passing leader in Charger history.
Another great year for Phillip Rivers, 28 touchdown passes,
This
and he
will
went
be
over
whatever
50,000 pass yards
so
for his career while having his team in playoff contention late in the season. A lot of people thought the Chargers might look for a quarterback with their 17th overall pick. They didn't. In fact, they didn't draft one at all, which is a testament to Phillip Rivers' continued great play and durability.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Can't take the
pops
shot.
Free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
So yeah, 6 minutes.
And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
But we're going to try to get the preseason over and start our first regular season
game. Carry from Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
And the Saints got everything they want out of Marshawn Lattimore and more his rookie season. Yes, the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. But here's the best part. Didn't give up a single touchdown pass all season and made it very difficult for people to complete a pass in his area.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9. Gotta go buff them down.
That's it. 390.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers.
Oh.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Good pick, boys.
Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts.
Good work. Yeah, you hit that right off. Honestly, good pick.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
I'm checking on something else. Honestly, I like running the ball first. So let's do some one plays. Get up the field. Get up that field. What for the first one? And then we will see. Ready? Hut. Go. Get up the field, buddy.
So after the INT,
get
it's
the
Breeze.
Oh,
a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
As long as it does give us some good yards. And I don't know who I'm going to cut this shit. This is hard. If we have to cut someone, I'm not happy about that. Cutting people, I do not like doing. Let's see what play they want us to do. What do I want? Get that one game up there and go. It seemed a good one.
Ready?
Get that good one and go. You're a good player.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Yeah, like
Ready?
you can get good yards. Go for it.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara.
Good yards. Good
They'll
yards.
Get to him just inside the 15-yard line.
You should won the game.
Even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners. Those guys can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College, from matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
For the easy play. So we're going easy kick this, we can easily get this back.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt.
So get the easy
and Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
So honestly, I can't wait for
just a
this
little,
game
right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started.
But you know what? NHL will
take the momentum totally here. But at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early
going.
going.
Won't be gone. But Madden, I do want to play.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Get some boots in. They will need it, and we will get our defense out there. Hopefully they can intercept the ball again. That'd be awesome.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Pick him off
you know,
again.
the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We're really good at this team. I love this team a lot. If this might NHL thing, I will probably
I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Look at that. Find the open man and get. God, I was going to get it too. I got caught. So then, Young too gets me on first.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver.
I love
and it's 3rd down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
There we go. Now they have to kick it and we get the ball back. Easy as that.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser.
Yeah, so this
back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn.
No games. We will play 2 games. Maybe. Should get out of bounds. Try it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Okay,
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal.
We're looking
Most
for the
of the time,
top
it's
guy.
end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking is if
Get
we
open.
get this one.
Get
No
open.
quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3.
Get open.
Not one that I've
Good
ever
try.
met.
Good try. Good try.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball
Good try.
pops out.
I don't care if we
Incomplete.
don't get it. We're going to run the
They
football.
certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
We'll do
So now
a
2nd
run.
and 10 after the
Get some
incompletion on
yards.
1st down.
Because if we won the football and we get big yards, you are going to play good.
On 2nd down, Kamara. That's running right through it. And he takes this up right near the
Don't be injured,
45-yard line.
Don't want you injured. If we get injured, I will be really sad. I'm not a good player, so. We can do Z5.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
What won it?
Ready. Good set. Good set. Ready.
What won this? But
Again, it's Kamara.
go break the tackle. Break the tackle. Go, go, go. Good one.
And he'll be taken down, but not
This
before
guy.
getting this
You should pick him up.
inside the
You're a good
30.
running back.
That one 28
You guys
yards on the
play
ground.
football.
Just about every
I
coach we
love
talk
playing
to
him
says the
on
crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue.
on the football.
And then the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd
You
and
can
taking them
win.
out of the game by picking up first
He
downs and
breaks
keeping them at bay.
tackles, you can
I
win.
think we just saw an
You need
example of
him.
that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they
He
have.
keeps the ball too. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, you should keep him. If we're a good
So
running
from
team,
Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10
No,
at the
sometimes I will make
26-yard line.
phone calls.
Ready. We're waiting.
Put. Get open, get open.
Breeze
Make
now
that
on
cut, make
1st
that cut.
down.
Good try, good try, good try.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead,
we'll
2nd
keep you.
down.
Do that one. We're going to do
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. So we got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Joey Bosa with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Okafor. Able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Please get open. Please get open.
Breeze now on 1st down. In the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. At the end of 1, 6-0 is our score. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Still there.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Ready? Yellow lady.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
If you have money, you're silent. He's a good player. You see how good he works. I'm trying to get him a running, a touch. This player always get me a touchdown. But
try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That's cool. I like the celly.
If he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
You're killing them. Chargers, right? You guys should actually learn how to play football. There we go.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Good punt.
Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Play our defense out.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Man, have a good
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
They know how to stop the what? They know how to stop people. Good defense. Tell me that. Tom Brady, watch out. Watch out.
2nd down, Rivers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
England for 2 yards. You want a big play right here. Get them out.
Ready? We're waiting. Good. 5-4. Ready. Here we go. Ready, my check.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue 80.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Muscles him off. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Good play. Good yards. Honestly, guys, if we have enough money to pick him up, because he's good. He's good, honestly. He did play to one. Really good. Really good. That's why I like running with this thing. Oh, try this.
36. Ready. Yellow 80.
Person forward.
On first down, Breeze. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Get that one man, Thomas. Pass one man. One man that we need to pass.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 57 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Holy Thomas. I love Thomas. I'll take it.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 23.
Ready. Blue 80. Ready for second.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue 80.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready. Blue 80. Ready for second.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Evades him at the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Saints add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
This him. Pick it up. Please, pick it up. If you guys want, if you guys like that, I love it.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
I love that. But this thing is way more fun.
Now Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's Smith now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Chargers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Smith. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big 30-yard play on third.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
We need to stop them here, boys. Come on. Stop them here.
On first down, Smith. His throw incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to the air, Smith on second down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to get him for his second sack of the night. 3rd and long, it's Smith. But he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Almost picked one. Do not give that. Okay. Get slightly mixed up. I would probably see that one. But when we play in the Patriots.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy like why don't you just play?
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching
you. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Gino now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And now it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Flag 32. Flag 32.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Caught by Gates, left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Smith on first down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, it definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those down quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Caleb Sturgis now for the Charger field goal. And Sturgis able to knock it through. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This one of 7 games on this Saturday in August in week 3 of the preseason. We've got 2 more to come tomorrow, Cincy, Buffalo, and Arizona, Dallas. And then everybody gets ready for their final preseason tune-up of the year coming up on Thursday night. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least 1 more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
Easy.
But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ready. You waiting? Ready for shot.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Ready. You waiting?
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That run, this is Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they...
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Seriously, tackle us. Don't give them anything.
The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So yeah, I will post this video on Sunday. And I will have this one and one after Sunday will be me playing my.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Yeah.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Ginn. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Look at him. Get ones. Everyone. Get him. If you have enough money to get this guy, get him. He knows how to run. Look at that dig. He digs him. He goes for it. And then he digs him. Spins him out. And once, honestly, get this boy. Get this boy. Go to a throwing play. Kabri did a lot of running. Give him a break. Gives him
Shotgun now for Breeze. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
That's okay.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
You know what? My goal is going to be playoffs. I want this to make the playoffs. Super Bowl? I don't know. I think we can make playoffs, but I don't know if it's Super Bowl. So how to say
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And all the way down to the 29. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 41 yards.
No joke, we can actually kill time. Okay, Drew Brees, get him. Break that tackle, and then he get tackle sale. So we got some yards. So yeah, we got some good yards. Oh, get some more.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Ready! We're waiting!
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready! We're waiting!
The busy night continues for Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints just continue to roll. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Look at us get dominating the Chargers. Get dominated. They can't stop us. No one.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter of it.
Take a bathroom break. So, open this up, and I'll be back to play the last quarter and how many games we have. Let me get this pop open on my quarter. Yeah, so we got a new quarterback, it looks like, so. Any injuries? Yep, they have 2. So we have none.
Very one-sided affair.
Let's see.
The Saints is lined up for the kickoff. Number 10, ready to return.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready, back,
2nd and 10, Smith again. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Yeah, man. My saints are very cool.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Saints coming out now to take the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Now Gillisley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
250.
Now it's the backup Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Get wide now. Set. Like 20.
Bridgewater here to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Here we go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
On the counter, Ingram. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So another 4th down upcoming, and they're 2 for 2 already on 4th down on this drive. I think they're going to go for it again.
Seems to be their MO, doesn't it?
It certainly does. As far as this drive is concerned, they're definitely locked in and trying to pick up 4th downs.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's got nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work, but they have 18 seconds to get it going. So honestly, they lost. Good luck. Oh, we got that.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. They've lost it. This one, their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end?
Called challenge.
And just to take into next week.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? and the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Ready, flag, 32.
Off of play action, here's Smith. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Throwing on third down, Smith. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
6 times tonight. Wait, hold on.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Nifty move. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we...
See how many preseason games I play till the last one. And then I will stop it. Wait, honestly. Update these guys. Get them higher overall. One more preseason game. Wait, look at this kid. Wait, guys, pick him up. I like this game. Wait, pick him up. Wait, he's a good player. Sim 2 next week. So one more video, one more Madden game, and then I'm gonna stop it. Post this one on what?
Use your practice squad to develop younger players that could eventually contribute in games.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. I hate cutting players. How many? Wait, I hate cutting. How come we get a cut? How many players do we have? Trade. Yeah, we need cut free. So who's going? The big question. Who's hey, none of these. So it looks like you. You can go to practice. on. So you cut someone, so honestly, sorry for this, but you're cut. Now we need to cut one more, I believe? 2 more. $63. Move to Pratt and Swan. Move. Oh, so if we move them to Pratt and Swan, it's the other team. So we didn't need. Still cutting those guys. Wait, honestly, they won't make the cut for sure. These guys will, but the other two. And we'll go training so we can finish up. Yep.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it.
Last plant is for you, bud. B could be open. Good try.
Here we go. Ready. We're waiting. What is that? Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting. We're waiting. What is that?
Good catch.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting.
We're looking for you.
What's that?
Good try. No, at least we're trying. Honestly, if we don't know how to try, we're trying out team. As long as it's probably idea. Let's go. It's our deal.
Gentlemen, achieving our goals starts right here on the practice field. I can't stress that enough. You all know we have lofty goals for this season. If you want to achieve those goals, we gotta raise our game. Today just wasn't good enough. So next practice, we have to be much better. Ready! We're waiting! Here we go. We're 90. Where's that?
Well, can't always do the tackles. Good job. Good try.
Ready. Move 90. Place up. Ready. Move 80. Place up. Place up.
There's one.
Ready. Move 80. Place up. Good set. Good set. Good set. Here we go. Here we go. Yellow weighty. Place up. Weighty. Place up. Good set. Good set.
There we
Good set.
go.
Ready. Blue 80. Place up.
Good. Come on, guys. Stop him.
Ready. Blue 80. Place up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
One.
Here we go. Ready. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty. Place up.
Good stop.
Good set. Good set. Good set. Here we go. Here we go. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty. Place up. Good set. Good set. Good set. Here we go. Here we go. Blue
On
80.
this line.
Place up. Place up.
Good stop.
Ready. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty. Place up. Come on. Good set. Good set. Ready. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty. Place up. Ready. Blue weighty. Place up. Good set. Good set. Good set. Ready. Blue weighty. Place up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready. Blue weighty. Place up. Ready. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty. Place up.
Hold that
Good
line.
set. Good set.
Hold that line.
Ready. Yellow weighty. Place up.
Good hold. All we need to do. Hold that line and win the game. Okay, this is a big game, last game. And then we have a regular season. Yeah. Wonder whose needs contract. Or go. Last preseason game. Last preseason game. Play hardy. We gotta watch out for the end. Come on. Let's go. Last game. Last game of the season. Right.
Kamara Drive-In. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting LA Rams taking on the New Orleans Saints.
That's crazy.
I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams.
We're done. So last preseason, last preseason, I get them up and I go for it. I go for it, boys.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. We get a good peek at a man in his 13th year at the controls of the Saints. In his 18th season overall, it's Drew Brees.
And to say that he knows every bit of the New Orleans offensive playbook, terminology, nuances, and creates a few of his own would actually be an understatement for Drew Brees. He makes everything go with that offense and makes everyone around him better. Every time he takes a snap, there's a potential for a big play and a touchdown.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And running back Mark Ingram is coming into his own as a runner in the NFL. Over 1,000 yards each the last 2 seasons. And now he's teaming with Alvin Kamara in a backfield where both of them can run the football effectively and both of them can catch out of the backfield as well.
4 down. Ready? Yellow lady. Ready for second.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Nifty move there on the run, but ultimately brought down at the 25. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Let's take a look at Michael Brocker's defensive tackle. This is a young man who understands leverage. Rarely do I see him bowled over by an offensive lineman. Usually he's the one who's underneath them, moving them, creating space, and getting upfield to make tackles.
Ready?
Now Brees on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here, they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Okay. Stop him here.
Like 20.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second down, here's Goff. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Alex Okafor. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So on fourth down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Easy. Ready. We're waiting.
Sunday.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Breeze now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Đúng rồi, coach. I'm the better coach.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. And look at this, another fake. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Good one.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 24.
Kill, 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 kill. Ready. We're waiting.
Always want it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Like, you can make that easy. Well, like, if they get open.
Hey, left, 28 left.
Like, they're almost like rushing the
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Dumps it off to Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, the veteran Ted Ginn. Here's Ginn. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Good, 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 good. Line 4, ready. Ready. We waiting.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Ready. We're waiting. We go 21, 21. Get set, get set.
Here's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Dancing away at the 30. And a gamble pays off. They get the 1st. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Ready. We're waiting. Yes.
On 1st down, Breeze. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter play. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 7-3 the score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this is incomplete. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the 2nd quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot, because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
Finds his man, Watson over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run here with Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run. Ingram. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints add on to their lead. 4th and goal, Charles, all the time you see those offenses, especially the quarterback, the running back, looking over the sideline saying, don't send the kicker out. There they did it, and it paid off.
It's really nice to see what they wanted actually done. And how about the coaches getting their faith rewarded by a touchdown?
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Well, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
All right, here we go.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally, I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
That's running right through it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, he would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Again, they'll run with Ingram. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And look at this, another fake. Pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Zach Line, 49 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, this is why you can never relax. You think that you stopped them on defense, and then they order a fake punt, and the run comes at you, and you're not prepared for it, and it goes all the way, and you've given up a touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reynolds. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Throwing is Mannion. And his throw is incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper. That'll bring up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mannion. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Get wide now. Get set, get set.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Oh, what a juke into space. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Three yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. In our game, the starters are long gone, but still some intrigue to see guys trying to make a late roster push as we get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Rams on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run. This is Brown. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Mannion now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, a 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll give it here to Brown. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. 2nd and goal from the 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. On 3rd down. That's Brown. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And Zerline's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got a defensive lineman over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 23. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Here's a carry down for Mike Gillisley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that. Super toe.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The Rams on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he'll have to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a first down?
Well, that's the deal. On third down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable third down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Pharaoh Cooper, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Reynolds. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down. Mannion now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run with Gillisley. Gets past one man, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Nikel Roby brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.
Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
Done now. Give me a sec. So we're done now. I'm going to record 2 games and then post them. So post them Saturday. We will play our first game, and then we already played up to the preseason. We won our games. Now regular season, so I'm going to do practice game and do 2 every video. This is getting close to the preseason. See you guys in that. Make sure that comment, and bye.